It's true. I'm quitting van life. After living in my van for 6 months, running my jewelry business and traveling around, I've decided to go home. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why and what my future plans are. After being stuck on a mountain in Washington for 5 days, I was so tired and had to get to Montana. So I said goodbye to my friend Bella, who I'd been road tripping with for 2 months, and started my long drive so I could get to my sister's wedding on time.
It's not easy. You've pursued it well.
So it was actually my twin that got married, which is so weird. If you have a twin, you know what I'm talking about. It was the best wedding I've ever been to, probably just because my family was there and I was so excited to see them. At this point, I knew I was going home, and so they had a road trip to get to the wedding, so we all caravanned back to my city, which was like an 18-hour drive. But it was super fun because we stopped at a few state parks and went on some hikes together. So the reason I'm quitting van life is because, well, I had always planned to quit. I started my van trip subleasing my apartment for 6 months, knowing that I would come home at the end. And the reason I did this was because I wanted to give van life a trial run, because I didn't know if I would even like it. Needless to say, I actually love it, and so I'm going home to save up money to buy a bigger van. I want to live in a van for at least 2 years, so my plan is to go back to my apartment, work construction, sell as much jewelry as I can, and then hopefully I'll be able to afford a bigger and nicer van because I honestly want a lot more space. Y'all, I did not take a second to breathe. The first week I got home, I had my first pop-up. So before my event, I made some rings, got everything together. It was so weird being home. Like, I do not know how to describe it. I had just constantly been seeing new places, meeting new people, and to go back to something so familiar, I don't know, it was just weird. But honestly, I was super excited to be home because I was tired, especially after getting stuck on the mountain. And I could finally just sleep without worrying about my surroundings or where to go. And that was probably the main thing I was looking forward to.
I've been up for 2 whole days thinking what I did to keep you going.
Yeah, I'm not ready.
Never thought this
Kinda good though, like,
change you. Hey, new song.
Oh my gosh, my friends. Y'all, I love meeting new people. Love it. But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it just doesn't hit the same. And seeing them after so long, eating with them, catching up, oh my gosh, it was so fulfilling. I travel a lot and my friends know this, and it's like no matter how long I'm gone, when I come back, it's always the same in a good way. And that's one reason I love my friends. So like I said before, I work in construction, specifically in concrete, and I've been doing this ever since high school with my dad's company. When I first graduated high school, I wanted to either be a mechanic or a personal trainer, but turns out concrete pays more and has better hours. And since I already knew how to do it, I didn't have to go to school, and I knew I wanted to be an artist, so I was like, this just seems like the best deal at the moment. And while this may not look ideal to everyone, I actually love it. You get to be outside, you get fit, you get tan, I get to be with my sister and my dad. Honestly, dream job, low key, if I have to have a job that's not being an artist. So I actually look forward to the concrete season every year. Traces to find you. Just need a little space forever. Please come my way. Never. I've always wanted to make an EP or an album. This is not a new endeavor. And since I'm home, I thought I might as well teach myself how to produce because I mainly just write songs, but I don't know how to produce my own music. So I took it upon myself to slowly chip away at it every day and hope that down the line I will be able to produce my own album. Wow. Literally cheaper on here. Gemstones, yes.
Yeah, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I slept until literally 12. And
Excellent.
I just kind of got up. I went to a party last night.
Ooh, how was it?
So the master plan is to grow my jewelry business as much as I can. Part of growing is expanding my inventory and what I sell. And so I decided to start learning how to make grills, which also meant that practically I needed to learn how to cast as well, which is just code for I needed to spend a whole bunch of money on a lot of expensive tools. And that's exactly what I did. I bought a whole bunch of tools and now I'm teaching myself how to make grills. Easy is not the word I would use. I'm actually pretty good at learning things, but I have struggled so much in the grill sphere of things. And I guess I say struggle, but really I'm just learning. It's just not one of those things I could pick up and automatically be good at. I've definitely had to do a lot of trial and error. I've been working at getting better every single day. I kind of want to pursue this as my career, so I'm okay with the fact that I'm not profiting a ton of money right now because I kind of just see it as an investment in my future. I have a really solid foundation with my business and I'm really excited to see how it grows. So yes, I'm not in my van, but that doesn't mean I won't be traveling. I feel like I have to travel to maintain my mental stability. So I have been going on quite a few trips. I went camping for a few days and hiked and slept in a tent. And then soon after I went to Costa Rica with some of my van friends. We found some really cheap tickets and we decided to just meet up and stay in a hostel. I've never stayed in a hostel before, so I was kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but I fear that I'm hooked. I actually loved it. I didn't realize how easy it was to stay in a hostel, and the one we stayed at was super nice. We met people right away and they pretty much just became our hostel friends for the whole time we were there. We actually stayed in 2 different hostels, this one and then one more in the city. Hostel, prison, you couldn't really tell the difference. I will say the community area was pretty nice.
Like, the thing about it is, like, the bathrooms are really clean.
That's creepy.
So that's a good sign. Same bus? I think he just got up a different bus.
This isn't even wrong.
Guys, that was so fucking close. It's so fast.
He didn't
Just jump on a Greyhound.
I've never been recognized.
Oh,
So our trip was flying by and I was contemplating staying and taking a bus to a different country. However, I knew that would be irresponsible because I needed to get home to keep working on my business. I did take a mental note and I do plan on backpacking Central and South America in the future. My friends left before me, so I had like a day to process and rest before I went home. Once our trip was done, it was back to work. I got home, I did my laundry, I cleaned my apartment. I had to catch up on orders that I got when I was out of town. But the main thing that was on my mind was I needed to sell my van. I was sick of driving it around and I wanted to buy a car. So I'll tell you about the process of that in my next video.